Good morning. Your Excellency, President Lorenzo, distinguished Minister Azevedo, distinguished members of the Angolan government, distinguished representatives of the oil and gas industry, distinguished participants of the conference, all protocols duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to be here. Thank you to the government of Angola for the invitation to this event. Let me start by congratulating you on 50 years of independence of this great nation. BP has been a partner for half of that history. We entered as an operator in 1999, forging close ties with Sonangol. In 2021, we produced our billionth barrel of oil, and today, from abroad, we proudly supply you with diesel and gasoline. All of this means that we've had a front row seat for your rise as a great energy exporting nation. And the colleagues who come here from the UK and elsewhere have been deeply impressed by your approach to oil and gas, the quality of your governance and regulation, and by the Angolans who have built careers at BP. Many joined straight from university just after we arrived in the late 90s. Today, they are senior leaders in key roles both here in Angola and abroad. And our story continues to evolve. Most recently, as you heard from Claudio, on the partnership between Angola and Azule Energy, a BP and Eni company, Angola's largest net producer. A business highly equipped, expertly led, and deeply committed to delivering for this nation. So today, I'd like to offer a few thoughts of what we've achieved together and what I see as our shared energy future. First, the achievement. We're very proud of Azule. 5 weeks ago, 180 kilometers offshore, we saw the triumph of planning and execution. First oil from the Agogo FPSO, our third on Block 1506. It was a complex project. The FPSO is state-of-the-art, fully electrified. It's piloting world-first onboard carbon capture and storage system, something that's really only been done onshore in the sector before. Azule has lifted 30,000 tons of equipment onto the vessel, 4 times the size of the Eiffel Tower. And despite this complexity, fabrication in multiple yards across the world, the teams achieved project startup almost 1 year ahead of schedule, something very, very rare in our sector. At peak, we expect production from the integrated West Hub to reach 175,000 barrels of oil per day, helping Angola maintain the million-a-day target. But there's more to Azule than barrels lifted or revenues raised, vital though these are. This is a company that seeks to make a lasting contribution to Angolan society, creating highly skilled local jobs, with 85% of the jobs at Azule being local Angolan workforce. There's our long-starting partnership on landmine clearance with the Halo Trust, projects in health, financial education, cleaner cooking stoves, and building schools. And of course, importantly, to support Angolan local enterprise. So far, Azule has spent around 2.7 billion with the local supply chain, a very, very high number as compared to the rest of the world. Now, behind every job, every barrel, every project is partnership. So next, I want to thank the many friends and partners who have helped shape Azule's success. First and foremost, our partners in government. We like working with the government of Angola because you make things work. You create the environment that gets kit on the seabed and cranes in the sky. And we especially appreciate the flexibility that allows us to develop the more marginal fields and maximize the nation's production. If only all nations would do this. So a big thank you to all of you for your support in this endeavor. I also want to thank our local suppliers and contractors, and of course our fellow shareholders. A huge thank you to you, Claudio, and the team at ENI. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in a joint venture. Cultures that clash, disjointed teams, and I'm very surprised after 3 years, no clashes. Claudio and I were talking a few weeks ago at a conference in Europe, and he and I observed that in 3 years, neither one of us have had an issue escalated to us, which is amazing and unusual. So thank you, Claudio, for the good partnership. Our goal was to create a company that combined the best of BP and ENI, but could build its own identity as an independent producer, confident, capable, committed to Angola for the long term. And I think that's what we have achieved, and we look forward to great things from it moving forward. With the long term in mind, now let's take a look at the future. Earlier this year, BP's Supply, Trading and Shipping Organization opened an office here in Angola for the first time. Why? Because there's a massive opportunity still to come. Growing demand, a growing economy, growing societal ambition. Just look at Azule's project pipeline. The new gas consortium, as Claudio mentioned, Angola's first non-associated gas project, and work is well advanced on the processing plant at Soyo, and the drilling program continues at pace. Then there's Block 31, the Paj field, where development concepts are now in discussion, and something that's very exciting to me is ZIC, the cross-border zone of common interest, where the two nations have come to agreement on developing a cross-border resource. This is not easy to do, and I commend both nations for moving this forward. I'd also like to congratulate the government for this recent agreement. There's a lot to look forward to, a lot to be proud of. On Angola 50, we have a lot to celebrate. I want to end paying tribute to the people of Angola. Through multiple challenges, you've built a strong, stable country, a rising economy, an oil and gas industry that stands as the second largest in the region. It's a remarkable achievement, and we never forget that oil and gas is a relationship business. That relationships are built on trust, and that trust comes from showing up, delivering, staying the course, and of course, AJ, spending money. So thank you again for your friendship. We're committed to honoring your trust. We're proud to help you on this journey as a great energy export nation. Thank you very much for listening.